Good morning. I got you up early this morning.
Yeah, it's all right. So do my children and my dog.
There you go. Hey, we're talking about osteoporosis this morning, doctor. You know, why is a broken bone cause for concern for women?
Well, I want all your listeners to know that broken bones hurt, but most importantly, I want your postmenopausal women to listen to me this instant. I'm partnering with Radius Health, the National Osteoporosis Foundation, and Healthy Women to raise awareness about their new survey, which shows very shockingly, Cynthia, that 87% of women do not make the connection when they break a bone and the disease osteoporosis. This is so important. And the kind of fracture I want to talk about is a low impact fracture. So when you're postmenopausal 50 and 60 somethings break a bone from the standing position or from a seated position or tripping over a curb, they are not yet knowing that they need to talk to their healthcare professional about the disease osteoporosis. And it's probably, according to the survey, because they're concerned about other things. They're thinking about breast cancer or heart attack or stroke or other disease issues, but in fact, more women over the age of 55 will be hospitalized due to osteoporotic fractures than all those other diseases. So it's time to learn today, ladies, that if you break a bone, you have to get aware about osteoporosis for your own self.
That percentage is high.
Yeah, 100%. And here's another important part of the survey I want to make sure that your listeners and viewers know. Healthcare professionals are not helping women make that connection either. So I want all of your viewers and listeners to head to fracturedtruths.com as soon as we're done with this interview and learn all about osteoporosis. And there's a doctor discussion guide that will give them the language that they need to help talk to their own healthcare professional. There are also videos that you can watch to learn about osteoporosis risk factors, and really all the information is there. So, you know, you don't have to do it today, sisters, but, you know, in the next week, that's your homework assignment.
So what can women do right now, all ages, do to protect their bones, doctor?
Yes, women of all ages, I hope they're listening and watching this minute. You all have to live a healthy bone lifestyle, which means a diet fortified in calcium and vitamin D enriched foods. You absolutely want to avoid smoking. If you have a parent who's had a fracture, you're at more risk. Definitely don't fall down. That's an important part of osteoporosis prevention and health and wellness. And most importantly for the postmenopausal crowd who are no longer making estrogen and therefore have lost protection of bone, this is not a disease of little old ladies. This is a disease of 50 and 60 somethings. And if you break a bone, ladies, I want you to get up from falling down and seek information to learn about osteoporosis.
So you can give us some of the risk factors then for osteoporosis?
Yes, well, if you're thin, if you have a parent who's fractured, if you have an unhealthy diet, especially low in calcium and vitamin D foods, if you're a smoker, if you drink too much alcohol, these are risk factors for everyone, but the critical window here that I want to raise attention to is the postmenopausal crowd, women who are no longer having menstrual cycles. That is the group, and it's the 50 and 60 something women who think osteoporosis is a disease of little old ladies. So I want to say 50 and 60 somethings. I'm one of you too, sisters. And this is a disease of postmenopausal women in our 50s and 60s, especially if you break a bone from a low impact fall. You better start thinking about it.
Now, a little bit off the charts here. Now, was it originally older women and now are just realizing it was younger women too, and in just the education of it? Or why are we so focused now on 50s and 60s and not, you know, the older woman's problem?
I think most women have a basic understanding about osteoporosis, but we didn't do a very good job of raising awareness for all postmenopausal women. So we think about the 80-somethings and the 70-somethings, but it was always a disease for 50 and 60-somethings. So really today is the day that we will all learn and get smart that is a disease of all postmenopausal women. And it's the key here is that if you break a bone, that's your ticket into osteoporosis education.
Got it. So you gave us a website. Anything else you can give us to learn more about this, doctor?
Yes, I want to repeat the website because if you're a postmenopausal woman, everything bears repeating because sometimes we get a little forgetful.
Yeah.
So fracturedtruths.com, ladies, I want you to head over there so that you can learn everything you know. And if you break a bone, that's that's the impetus to start learning about the disease.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time today, doctor.
My pleasure. Thanks, Cynthia.
Take care.